Tools. They're how we get things done. The camera I'm using is a tool. The mic that I'm holding is a tool. The lights that I'm using to stage the scene is a tool.
I wumbo, you wumbo, he, she, me, wumbo.
And as a person who does creative work, I'm always looking for the next big tool to help me get the job done. But unlike other creatives in this space, I don't exactly have enough money to light a small fire in my pocket, much less burn a hole through it. So I'm always looking for things that are a little bit on the cheaper side, which is why I ended up buying these. These are the RayNeo Air 3Ss, and they are a set of AR glasses by TCL designed to help you view everything that you've viewed before, whether it's your phone screen, your Steam Deck, your consoles, your PC, on a supposed 200-inch screen at 120 Hz at 1080p. But this isn't a tech review channel. I'm not here to tell you whether or not the product is good, although I will get into that. I'm here to see if AR glasses could make us a better creative. Let's get into it. Hello everybody, my name is Ray and this is a design channel, not a tech channel, but for some reason I thought today we would take a look at these RayNeo 3Ss that I purchased on Amazon several months ago while they were on sales just after releasing. Alright, so over a decade ago, we all got tricked into the big hype surrounding VR for work and video games with the original Oculus. But before that, there was the Google Glass. And then fast forward 10 years later, Apple strapped a weird iPad to our face with the Vision Pro, and now Meta is trying to take over the world with their new Ray-Ban collab. The point I'm trying to make is that AR, VR, and mixed reality are nothing new, but out of nowhere it seems as if there's been a slew of products these last couple of years that are really making a push to be glued to your face. TCL, Xreal, Virtue, and Rokit are all the big players, and don't even get me started with all their different models. And once you're done going through their accessory list and reading every single PC Mag, Verge, and Wired article you could probably get your hands on, you'll probably end up saving your money and getting the RayNeos anyways. The included hard case is actually pretty solid. It's kind of like the one that you get with the Steam Deck. Inside is a perfect spot for you to store the glasses themselves. They're not too bulky, relatively light frame, no metal, just plastic, but you could tell there's a lot of intentional detail that went into manufacturing them. There you can even see the USB port that you would use to plug in the USB cable included or the one of your choice to your device. While I'm unsure of the specific specifications of the cable, it does come with one, so you shouldn't have to worry about it, and it even has a little angle for it to plug directly into the back of the glasses, which does make it a lot easier than using something like a USB-C cable from a PS5 or a phone. As long as the device supports USB-C video out like your iPhone, you should have no problems connecting it to anything. It even comes with little lens inserts that you can take to your optometrist to get custom fitted for your prescriptions, and a microfiber cloth that we just throw away because we don't need that. I did have to stretch the nose bridge out pretty wide because I have a pretty broad nose, and I imagine a lot of people will have to do that if you don't have a tall nose bridge, but overall the glasses fit really well. Here's me taking off my old glasses and putting on the new ones, and you can see here it kind of looks like regular sunglasses but just with a crazy gap in between it, which does allow for a lot of light bleed, I would not lie. But even putting on something like headphones, they were relatively comfortable. I didn't have any issues. I was able to nod and move my head, and they did fit really comfortable. But as for audio critical work, I don't really see the point in wearing something like these, so oftentimes you probably won't be wearing headphones using them. Besides not being very useful when working with audio, I also want to spend the time to talk about something very important to this called IPD, or interpupillary distance. As mentioned before, there are these little lenses that you can take to your optometrist to have fitted with your own prescription. Now, what this is designed to do is to help your eyes focus and bring clarity to whatever you're looking at if you are nearsighted or farsighted or basically damn near legally blind. You see, IPD is basically the distance between your left eye and your right eye, kind of controls how things appear in your vision as if they were focused or unfocused. If you've ever used a VR headset from the likes of Oculus or HTC, you'll notice that they oftentimes have IPD sliders around the nose bridge where you can turn it from side to side, and it basically adjusts how your eyes perceive or how the lenses are focused in your eyes. The distance between the lens in your left eye and your right eye and how they're spaced apart directly determines how well you're able to see an image. This is why IPD settings are oftentimes one of the first things you do when you're setting up a new headset, because basically if they're not properly calibrated to your individual eyes or the eyes of whoever is picking up the headset after you, you're going to have problems. And this can include eye strain, having things be unfocused, or generally just having a bad time. Unfortunately, the issue is that these glasses are fixed lens system. there is no IPD, which causes text to be blurry, haloed, or basically just generally out of focus. One of the ways that I decided to get around it was by holding the glasses down like this, and it sometimes causes the lens to shift in a way to directly line up with my eyes. I don't have bad eyesight. I don't even need these glasses, honestly. These are 5-year-old prescriptions.
I knew it was fake. I knew it.
But for those of you who do have bad eyesight or really sensitive eyes or just very photosensitive in general, you might want to skip it on this one. That brings me to my second main thing, photosensitivity. Having bright flashing lights on a screen is one thing. Having bright flashing lights on a screen directly beaming into your eyes is a completely other thing. If you suffer from migraine, eye strain, eye dryness, or anything that basically makes looking at a screen too long uncomfortable for you, this is not the device for you. This is probably the ultimate final form of eye strain and doom scrolling before Mark Zuckerberg gets their hands on it. As soon as Meta gets their hands on it, we're cooked. This means that if you're working in a setting where you're likely to be staring at a screen for a very long time, like let's say editing a video or working in Excel sheets or just doing any creative work, you're going to have some issues after a while. The eye strain that I started to feel after a couple hours of use was pretty bad, but realistically, it was the eye strain that I started to feel when I first started using the headset. It's almost blinding how the lights immediately hit you right in your cornea, and it takes a little bit of time for you to get adjusted to it, but after a couple months of moderate to light use, I didn't really have an issue. It does still hurt my eyes, especially if I'm on a dark plane or if I'm in a dark room or basically traveling. Now these lenses aren't completely translucent. They have a bit of a shade that allows the background to sit comfortably directly across from you. Now the issue is that if you're in direct light, like I am right now, all the light basically passes straight through the lenses, right into your eyeballs, causing the image to kind of have a mirage-like effect. And this means that if you're in a well-lit office environment, this also isn't a device for you. That the use cases to get the best quality from these headsets are oftentimes going to be in a dark room, a plane, an area where you're likely or able to close shades or blinds, and it really allows the colors to pop through. Speaking of color, one of the things that TCL touted was their color accuracy, and I'm inclined to believe them. Now, I can't take a colorimeter or any sort of color measuring device and take it straight to the glasses, obviously because they're not a regular traditional screen, but TCL has been making displays for a long time now. So I'm inclined to believe, as people with industry experience, that they probably swung for the fences and actually ended up hitting it out of the park with this one. Now, for those of you who are more sensitive to color grading or more color accurate work, I wouldn't recommend using these. I would actually recommend you stick to a monitor or something that can be easily and properly calibrated, because I'm really going off of what TCL said. In my initial testing several months ago, I tried to use these headsets to edit a video and I quickly got annoyed, mostly because you're unable to have two monitors. Now, virtual desktop displays like what you could find on a Vision Pro or an Oculus Quest series allows you to have two virtual monitors side by side, or basically like a really large widescreen. With this, it is a direct copy in 16:9 aspect ratio of what it is that you're viewing. So for me, my laptop screen was just blown up to my eyeballs for me to view more easily, but it doesn't really help when I can't really see anything because of lack of IPD adjustment. You would be better suited at this point, honestly, to just get a bigger monitor at your own home studio or take a secondary monitor with you. While I do like the idea of having a monitor that's supposed to be 200 inches, I'm not exactly sure how they measured that. I didn't really find it to be all that useful when doing creative work. Sure, when using my phone, it was nice to be able to see what I'm looking at, but that oftentimes caused me to miss touch targets. All in all, I think this is a great device, and if your thing is gaming and media consumption, you'd be hard pressed to find a better device that makes that experience all the better. I use it with my Steam Deck all the time, with my iPhone when wanting to watch TV shows or movies, as long as it supports it, and then basically I never use it for my laptop or my desktop because I already have a screen. The whole purpose of this is to basically take a small screen and blow it up. I think this device shines not necessarily with laptop or Windows users or Mac users. I think it'll probably shine with people who have an iPad. I think having that ability to have a cursor on a really small display and then bring it along with you would probably be your best bet of having a big screen, small device, but not having to worry about touch targets. I think for Android and Apple tablet users, this might be a device for them. As for the rest of us who do our creative work primarily at computers, you could go ahead and skip this one. I think it's a great product, and I think TCL knocked it out of the park. As for making us better creative, I don't think there's much to it.
And
Overall, while I do use this device very often, I did feel that it left me very disappointed when it came to what I wanted to do, which is basically replace the big monitor that I have in front of me and allow me to have that same sort of experience while using my laptop and editing far away from home. I did like it while I was traveling, especially using my Steam Deck, but there's no Switch support unless you buy an adapter, and with the Switch 2 out, I don't even think that I'll be able to work with it. It was actually really comfortable to take them out while on a flight, put in my AirPods, and then have them just sit there on my face for a couple of hours while I watch TV. I do find that the bulky frame makes it very uncomfortable for the long run, but it does have some pretty good built-in speakers for watching television shows. I wouldn't recommend listening to music with it, but when it comes to dialogue and the fine details of, say, an HBO show, you could do a lot worse. I would prefer to use these over my phone any day of the week, but the eye strain and the lack of IPD really does make it hard, especially when watching things in foreign film and you have subtitles at the bottom. That text sucks. This is the first type of video I've ever worked on like this, and it's been a long time in the running. I haven't really gotten a chance to have a lot of products to come across my desk when it comes to reviewing or basically seeing whether or not it makes my life easier, and I didn't really want to make it a big review. I wanted to look at it at a different angle. There's lots of reviews on the product that you could go and see, and I'm not exactly sure that I even make a good case for you to even buy or not buy this one, but I did enjoy making this video. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more videos like that, please leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. Do you own a device like this? Maybe you have Rokids, maybe you have Virtues. If you have something similar to this and you want to share your experience, please do leave a comment down below. There's lots of devices like these coming out every single day. Maybe if this video gets enough likes and views, I might even go and buy a pair of Meta Ray-Bans and see if I can use it to replace my phone when working on DIY videos. I've been Ray, this has been my channel. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you guys all next time.